I'm Grace, and I took voice lessons, guitar, and piano lessons with Chelsea. I started lessons, I think I was in 6th grade, which would probably be 2014. I remember being really nervous for my first lesson. It was kind of, someone suggested Valley Music, back when it was Valley Music at the old center. And yeah, I didn't really know anything about singing techniques, so I went in blindly, but it was a lot of fun. And I took lessons all these years, so yeah. I think my first song was Firework by Katy Perry, if I remember correctly. I was also part of the Christmas caroling group, Figgy Puddings. And also the a cappella group, the Valley Voices. I loved doing rehearsals for Valley Voices. Pentatonics was, it still is, one of my favorite groups. So I loved getting to be a part of an a cappella group and learning harmonies with a bunch of other students who became some of my close friends, and going to performances with them. That was super cool.
And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this?
I think the hardest song I learned, this was a voice lesson song, was No One Else from The Great Comet musical. And it's more of an operatic, higher register song, which was something I had not really explored before. So that one was super fun and definitely the most difficult, I think. This was on the piano, but one of my favorites was, I believe it was the Edward Scissorhands main title song. That one was super fun. It was like a lot of low notes and ranging the whole piano. But vocally, we did a lot of Broadway songs, which are my favorite to sing. But one that stands out was I'm Still Hurting. I believe that's what it's called. We did it during quarantine, and it was super fun to learn that one. Some of my favorite performances were at the various open mics that some of the students went to. It was fun to perform in front of a crowd that wasn't my family, which was the first times I'd ever done that, but also getting to see everyone else perform independently was super cool. Yeah, performing at Dragonfly was super cool, and I think it was my favorite place that we performed just because it was a drive from where I live, so it felt like a real performance and like I was a real singer performing for the first time. Some of my favorite memories from lessons were just getting to do songs by artists that I had loved growing up. Like Sarah Bareilles was a favorite of mine.
And bring back the fire in our eyes that's been gone but used to be mine.
Katy Perry was the first song that I learned, so I loved her at the time.
That's how it will be, yeah. Cinematic and dramatic with the perfect ending. Oh, it's not like the movie.
But I loved getting to explore different vocal styles, and those were definitely my favorite memories. A funny memory, I think it's funny only because it was kind of crazy how the situation happened, was, I don't remember which year, but along with 2 other students, I performed the Hanging Tree, I think it's called, from Hunger Games. And I learned my part separately, and the 2 other students learned their parts, and we hadn't rehearsed it. We hadn't even met each other up until the day of the concert, and we performed in the kitchen of the venue, and there was pots and pans everywhere, and it was just really weird and funny rehearsing that song for the first time, knowing that we were going to also perform it for the first time that night for an audience. I think music will continue to be in my future and play a big part in my future. I love writing music, which is something I started doing in lessons, and I plan on joining choirs and hopefully an a cappella group in college. So it'll definitely be a part of my life for a long time, hopefully. Songwriting is something that I have been doing for a few years, but specifically during quarantine I got into it. It's just a great way I've found to put thoughts that are weird in my head onto paper, and I loved getting to explore the guitar, which was something new that I learned in the past couple of years. But yeah, I don't really have a process for songwriting. But one of the songs I performed at a student concert virtually last year was called Reverie, and that one I really enjoyed writing.
Dreaming of lives that we'll never live, praying that maybe we could forgive the words we both didn't mean. Can we hold on to the reverie?
I think music is important to have in our lives just because I find it really meditative to listen to music and to write music especially. And it's also just fun, and it's a good way to connect to other people. I've made a lot of my friends in choir and in drama club and in Valley Voices, Figgy Puddings. So yeah, I try to always surround myself with music and musical opportunities.
Maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well.
I think some of my greatest musical accomplishments have been at drama club at my high school. I was very shy, especially when I first started lessons, so auditioning for that and putting myself out of my comfort zone, I think was a big accomplishment, especially where I am now. Similar to what I just said, I was super shy, and I still am an introvert, but I just didn't really put myself out there when I first started lessons. So I think doing lessons with Chelsea and going to open mic nights and auditioning for stuff at my school just taught me to be more outgoing and putting myself out there, not being afraid of what might happen if I mess up, because I definitely messed up a lot at some of the concerts, but you just have to keep going. Some advice I have for new students is definitely try all sorts of genres of music, look up different artists, pick random songs just to expand your vocal range and learn new styles of music. I found it really helpful to do songs from Broadway all the way to Phoebe Bridgers. It just helps to learn new skills. One last thing that I could add is just enjoy your lessons, and I think try new things all the time. Try new instruments, try different songs. I've loved taking lessons for the past 7 years maybe. So yeah, it's a really fun time, and I suggest taking lessons with Chelsea for everyone.
And the shame was on the other side. Oh, we can beat them forever and ever. Then we can be heroes just for one day. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day. We can be heroes. We can be heroes. We can be heroes just for one day. We can be heroes just for one